In this video, we're going to take a look at our roof tool. We're going to take a look at creating a roof by footprint as well as creating a roof by extrusion. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is come up here and insert some walls into my project. I'm going to come to Wall Architectural. I'm going to use this basic exterior wall brick on CMU. I'm actually going to come down here to my draw mode and just sketch out a rectangle. Up to level 2 is fine. And I'm just going to give myself 4 rectangular boxes that we're going to extrude and create 4 different style roofs. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to escape out of my wall command. Now I'm going to still come up here to my architectural tab, down to my roof, and I'm going to use roof by footprint to start. I'm going to click on this tool. Revit is asking me if I'd like to create my roof at the level 2 level. Since we only have 2 levels in our project, we're going to use our level 2 as a roof. I'm going to click yes for this. First, we're going to create a hip roof. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to make sure I'm selecting my click lines so that I can click the walls underneath of the roof that I'm going to create. I'm going to leave define slope checked, and I'm actually going to type in here a overhang of 1'6". And you'll see as I hover over the wall, actually I'll zoom in a little bit, you can see that I'm getting a dashed line. And if I move my cursor to the inside of the wall, then that 1'6" overhang actually tries to apply to the inside of the wall. We're going to keep that on the outside. And I'm just going to click on each one of my exterior walls. And you'll see Revit actually cleans up this sketch for me as I select my exterior walls. If I need to switch the orientation of my wall, I still have this symbol, and you'll see it actually brought the sketch to the inside of face of both of my walls, 1'6". I'm going to keep that on the exterior, and this right here allows me to change the slope. So I'm going to deselect out. I'm actually going to select my entire sketch, and over here in my properties menu, I'm actually going to change the slope to a 5/12 pitch. If I just type 5 and hit enter, Revit will adjust the slope for all of these walls. I'm going to come up here, I'm going to click the check mark. Now I want to go to my level 2 floor plan, and I see my roof is currently being cut by the preset of my view range. So for this level 2 view that I now have selected, I'm just going to come down here to my view range under extents, and so that my roof isn't being cut in this view, I'm just going to rise both my top primary range and my cut plane range so that I know my roof plan will be complete. I'm going to click apply and OK. And now you can see my hip roof in plan. So now let's create a gable roof on our second footprint. I'm going to come back up to the architectural tab, roof by footprint. I'm going to stick with the 1'6" overhang and define slope. Still using pick lines because we have our exterior wall already laid out for us. Now first I'm going to just come around my model again and select my walls to get the sketch that I need. However, now I'm going to deselect that of my sketch, and I'm actually going to come back and select my 2 end walls. And because I do want to create a gable end, I'm going to come back up to my options bar and deselect define slope to get rid of my slope on those edges. And now you'll see I actually have a gable end roof on my second option. Seems as though I did not quite raise the view cut plane high enough based on the slope that I'm showing. So I'm going to come back and edit that one more time. Just to make sure we don't cut off any of our future roof designs that we're going to make for the last two options, I'm just going to raise this 50 feet above the cut plane to assure myself we're not going to cut any more of our roof structures. So now you can see the gable and roof plan without being cut through. Let's take a look at it in our 3D view. Okay. I'm going to come back to my level 2 floor plan. I'm going to come down here and actually create a shed roof on this third option. So back up to our architectural tab, still using our roof by footprint tool. Leaving our options still the same with our pick lines, define slope, and 1'6". I'm actually going to just select this wall, and then for a shed roof, realizing leaving the slope on this edge, the roof is actually going to slope upwards in this direction. The other edges I'm going to uncheck define slope before I sketch them. I'm going to complete the rest of my sketch. Now completing this roof, you'll see that my roof is actually sloping upwards in this direction only, because I've taken the defined slope off of the other lines in my roof sketch. So let's actually take a look at this in our 3D view as well. And you'll see our roof is sloping. I'm actually going to select this roof, and I'm going to bring down the slope to a 5/12 pitch as well. Click apply, and there we go. I'm going to come back to my level 2 plan. On our last roofing option, we're actually going to use roof by extrusion. So I'm going to click on roof by extrusion, pick a plane. If we had already specified a work plane or created a work plane, we could use that, but here we're going to use pick a plane. I'm going to click this outside face, which is going to give me two view options, my north and south elevation view. I'm going to go ahead and click on my south elevation view and click open to open this view. Yes, I want to apply this roof to level 2 as well. I'm going to click OK. Now it's going to bring me back into sketch mode. I'm going to use my 3-point arc to create a barrel vault roof on this last option. So I'm going to click my arc tool, I'm going to come down here, come 2 feet off of my edge, select my start point, come across. I'm actually going to pick a second point, and now I'm going to specify the radius of this arc, and that looks about good. One key difference between our roof by footprints sketch, which is actually enclosed, and our roof by extrusion is that this actually wants to be an open profile sketch. So just based off of this, I'm going to go ahead and click OK, realizing it's going to extrude a roof form using my basic generic 12-inch. Let's click OK. So the 12-inch deep profile that's being assigned here comes from the actual roofing type. You'll see if I select the 9-inch, the profile will get a little skinnier of the roof, and so on. So one last thing I want to take a look at with our roofs, I'm going to zoom in, zoom around our model, and we can take a look and just see that the walls currently on several of these options do not extend all the way to roof. So the way we go about fixing that, I'll actually select on these exterior walls,